right, greetings, grand rising, good day, and welcome to you all. You know where you're at. You are tuned in to the one and only Peak Wellness Hour. Today, we are discussing the importance of gut health. So I'm excited. We talked about this last week and we prepped for it. So that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna ask you all a question as you hit that like button, share button, and subscribe. Here's the question. What if I told you that one of the most powerful influences on your overall health isn't your heart, not even your brain, but rather your gut? Many people think the digestive system is simply processing food, but in reality, your gut influences nearly every organ system in your body. You all check that out as you're hitting that like, share, and subscribe button. It affects your immune system, brain, mood, hormones, skin, metabolism, sleep, inflammation, and even your risk for chronic disease. So we want you to stay tuned as we discuss the second brain, which is none other than your gut. You do not want to miss this conversation. So we're going to jump right into it. Stay tuned. All right, welcome. Happy 4th Independence Day for all of those that acknowledge and celebrate the holiday. We are here for the first Saturday of June, and who do we have but none other than King Sean A. White joining us. We're so excited. The heat has brought him in from working, so we are excited to see him, even though it's hot. We don't want him scorching out there and dealing with heat exhaustion and all that jazz, heat strokes, which is part of the conversation that we're having today, gut health, where everything that affects your system, right? So we want to make sure we talk about that. But before we do, we want to share something really quickly with you all because it is extremely warm outside. Before we get into this conversation, we want to encourage you all to make sure you're staying hydrated. We want to make sure you all are using wisdom. I love the heat. I have a jacket in my car everywhere I go. I wear long. I do not like being cold. Well, 90 degrees does not bother me. Yes, it does as I'm getting older. 80 degrees I can do. 90s with my tail. So even though I'm out there in that sun, I try to decide whether today I was going to be out there or not. You all saw me out there for the last couple weekends. I was back and forth. It's hot out there and I will not do it. And even when I am, I stay hydrated. I always have a bottle of water with me. Make sure it's iced so nobody wants to drink warm water in hot heat. So you all keep that in mind, please, especially with your children. When I was growing up, we were always outside. We did not talk about this thing. We were outdoors. When we went to our aunt's house or whatever, get outside. Grand Rising, Queen Kathy. Now it's a different time. Watch your children. Make sure they're hydrated. Grand Rising, Simone or Simon. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. So yeah, you all make sure you watch your children also. And I guess it's only fair to tell you to watch your pets too out there. So you will get locked up for pets and children left unattended in the heat. So do the right thing. Would you all like to add to that before we begin? Oh, I'm sorry, everybody's on mute.
Yeah, I would say 1,000%. Especially too out here in Atlanta, Georgia, the heat it's really something else, and it's the reason why they call it Hot Atlanta for a reason. So please, definitely during this stretch, because this week here, it's been our first official heat wave of 2026. And from what I can tell you, it has this weather here is no mercy. It's really no mercy. So please, definitely stay hydrated. Definitely take plenty of electrolytes. If you're working outdoors, such as myself, you have to take breaks because during the heat advisory, they even tell you to take breaks accordingly. And that's for a reason because heat exhaustion is real. And I can tell you this week, we probably heard more sirens, ambulances, obviously, going for folks in this one week than probably all of this early part of 2026. So please stay hydrated and just be smart about it. But I like this conversation we're going to talk about with gut health because this is going to be very important information. And we're going to be very curious as far as with your comments as well, as far as in the audience. So please feel free to interact and ask questions and engage because that's what it's all about. So I'm just excited just to go ahead and really jump into this thing here. So, Professor Edith, your thoughts, your take.
Hi, everybody. I see Princess V. I'm not calling you Queen here. I call you Princess V and Simon and all of you. God bless you. Thank you for being here. But we take this opportunity to welcome you to the second half of 2026. We've divided the year into two. Okay, so whatever you are planning, get on board, push yourself for the next 90 days. 90 days matters. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, right? Okay, we're not giving up, we're pushing. But this is what I want to say. If at all possible, you have a cooler, you have space in your trunk, get some water, frozen water, put bottles of water in the freezer, freeze them, put them in the cooler. And if you happen to see someone who is struggling with life and is probably homeless, just give them a bottle of water. It's amazing what that little thing can do. So let's reach out into our communities and help them who need help. A bottle of water. Go to some of these stores, get them at low rates, freeze them, or put the ice pack in this cooler and give them out to the people out there who might need it. It's even if you anything at all, just to soothe them. It makes a whole lot of difference. Queen G was saying earlier, we don't think of them during the summer. In the winter, we're handing out salts and little blankets and stuff. But in the summer too, a cool bottle of water will do amazing. And please check in on your seniors. Check in on
Yes.
your seniors. Check in on your seniors. Make sure their thermostats are set to the right temperatures. Make sure they're getting hydrated. If you're with a senior, please push fluids. Make sure they're having um, the electrolytes and getting enough hydration. Please check on your seniors. This is what I would say until we begin. God help. Queen.
Absolutely. I was going to add that definitely check on your seniors. And I will add this one last thing with that because we are, Queen is and I do, we're in the health care field. So we want to make sure that when you are looking at those, make sure you're measuring those. Okay. Because a lot of people think that they drink enough. I think I drink a plenty of water. But then when you ask me, well, how many bottles of water do you drink? And it's like, well, just two, so make sure you're measuring that some kind of way. If somebody's drinking out of a glass, how many glasses, measure those things and don't just take the word that they are drinking efficiently and sufficiently as seniors, not that they are incompetent. But again, I do it. We all do it when we think we're doing the right thing and we're just kind of missing that mark. So that's super important um, with that. So, yeah, with that said, you all ready to jump into this gut health conversation?
We are. We are. You are the nurse. So you're going to do
Oh,
a whole lot of talking.
okay. I'm sure it's going to balance out across the board because we all have great things to say about this on different levels. I like to do more educating, even though Queenie is the professor. I like to do more educating. So we always have conversations where it is personalized. right? And so that's how it's going to flow. You all know how we do it. So make sure you, again, hit that like button, share with someone, please, and thank you. Because what we're talking about today is not just when we think about gut, a lot of us think really gut, belly fat, or just the stomach area. So when we're talking about the gut consists of the entire digestive system. And this is important because it's going to play into how we look at how we take care of our bodies. Okay. So that includes the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, small intestines, large intestines, or the colon, and then the rectum. Why is this important? Because all these things, food, everything we put in our body goes through this whole process, right? So the colon, which is the large intestines, has about 100 trillion microorganisms. That is a big deal. That's why scientists refer to the gut as the second brain. So, like inside your digestive tract, again, that bacteria, there's bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microorganisms. And they collectively become, it's called the gut microbiome. So, think about the ecosystem with animals, and, the circle of life. It's kind of like that. Everything in your body is designed to do something, and it works together for your good when you allow it to do that, right? So the organisms in your body, they balance and work together, like I said, to keep you healthy. And when it becomes imbalanced, there goes the health problems. Everybody with me so far? Yep. Okay, good. Um, the microorganisms, this is what they do. They help with digesting the food. They actually produce vitamins. So a lot of us, we're going to be talking about supplements probably. A lot of us are taking supplements. But when you take care of your body's producing those vitamins. Now you don't have to supplement. Save some money and eat healthy. I tell you what, okay? Fights harmful bacteria. Here's a kicker. They train your immune system. The microorganisms that live in your digestive system train your immune system. So what does that mean? If you're not eating healthy, if you're backed up, if you got a bunch of junk in your system that you're not eliminating or that's being filtered out incorrectly, again, because we're not taking care of our bodies or because we may have chronic illnesses, okay? To train your immune system, this is where it's going to say, white blood cells are up, which is infection. Red blood cells are low, could mean bleeding out. All kind, low oxygen. In your gut is saying, okay, let's go fix this problem. Fix that problem. Cancer cell, fix that. Diabetes, fix that. We talked about fasting last week, and I mentioned autophagy and how when you fast for, I think it's like 16 hours a day, your body starts to heal itself. So imagine if you fasted for 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. You were positive, you meditated, you prayed, you got rid of the negativity and stress, and just let your body heal itself. There's a study that says that if you spend, I think it's like maybe 15 minutes, don't quote me on that, I'm going to look at it, it's on Gaia, in the sun for 7 days, it's been proven scientifically that you can cure skin cancer. I'll find it. I'll give that to you all. A couple other things. Produces important hormones and neurotransmitters. We've talked about hormones plenty of times on this platform. Recently talked about menopause, depression, which plays into hormones and that production. Reduces inflammation. And then, it, of course, protects the intestinal lining so that all these things can work together for your good. So that's just a little bit of information on that. I'm going to stop talking and take a break and see if anybody wants to add to anything before we do what we do. Family.
Wow. You know what? Don't laugh. Nobody should laugh. But if you laugh, I don't care. I don't see it. Honestly, I thought when I hear gut health, I'm thinking here the esophagus, going down. I never really thought about the entire digestive system, food processing system in your body. I never really thought that it was even called the second brain. I
Mhm.
didn't know this. I'm telling you honestly. I honestly started reading a little bit about it because we're going to talk about it today. So this is very interesting that the you- I will go there. I will go there. I will
Go
go.
there.
I will.
Go.
The Bible talks about before God puts man on earth, right? He gave us everything we needed.
Hmm.
It's amazing that spending just about 15 minutes on the sun. First of all, I grew up in Ghana and I never had a vitamin D problem, right?
Hmm.
Because I walked a lot out in the sun. You go out in the sun, you're drying your clothes, you are in the sun a lot, but you're also, what do you call it, hydrated. Okay. Every time I go to Ghana and I come back, my skin glows because I get to sweat a lot more, sweat out all these toxins from my system. It's amazing what the sun does, the things it can heal. We know about sun heat, we know about the damage when we are overexposed. But when we have the right exposure, it does the right thing. So it's interesting how the Lord knew and He did it for us, but we have not taken advantage. A lot of the healthier foods are the unprocessed, right? Other unprocessed food, the nature, going into nature, we have everything in nature for us. No wonder he planted a garden and put the man in there. Okay, now fasting. Christians are encouraged to fast so they can empty themselves of themselves and fill themselves with the word of God and in prayer. But it's not only good for spiritual stuff, it is amazing for your health. You give your guts, you're not constantly pushing things in your mouth, but you give it a break to able to heal. The other thing that you said that amazes me is that the system, the gut system itself, recognizes what is going wrong and sends messages and begin to fix if we are feeding it the right thing. So this is amazing. Now, I'd like to think that our mood, our immune system, our sleep, our energy levels, all are impacted based on the health of our guts. I want to hear more, Ken.
You know, the reason why I said that this topic, and I remember last week when you ladies was talking about gut health, I was like, it really caught my attention because I know as far as for myself, right? Only, and it's very interesting because when I was younger, I really didn't pay much mind to it, right? I heard about it, I would hear from doctors, or I would hear from, people from here, people from there. But I didn't take it too much seriously, as far as when I was young, felt like I can eat whatever I want. But it's interesting how once I became a coach and a hypnotherapist practitioner, how all that ties in together as far as with gut health. And I find myself more fascinated by that now because I'm 48. And so I'm actually really just a student right now learning as far as the importance of gut health. And this is just like amazing for me. I will say that I am noticing that certain foods I used to eat then, obviously I cannot eat now because my body reacts to a certain kind of way. But it does make sense on why obviously when we get to a certain point of age, such as you're trying to lose your belly fat, you're trying to lose weight, whatever the case, a lot of supplements in which that we may take to overcompensate. It's interesting how Queen G you stated that if we allow for our bodies just to basically naturally repair itself, we have the supplements, right, really already set up. And I love how what you said, Professor, that in nature, which you are correct, because I love nature, we have everything that essentially that we need along with the vitamin D. So it's very, very interesting. And I'm just like, which it definitely explains a lot. And so I like this, especially for us as men, because we pay that much to gut health, right? We still have that mindset of, man, we'll be strong, we'll be okay until 200, right? That's the kind of false ego that we have, and that with the mental program. But I think the point in which I'm trying to get at is that right now we have to be more conscious about that more than ever, and even for myself, like I'm gonna share something with you guys. I really don't tell anybody. I've been pretty much slim and skinny my whole entire life. Always had a super fast metabolism. Always super fast. Was never ever to gain no weight, no matter how hard I tried. Right? Just wasn't happening. In my 40s now, I now developed a little belly. Like, huh, interesting. Not used to it, right? Still skinny, but I got a little belly. I'm like, okay, interesting. But I can definitely see with gut health, and we're treating that the same way we would treat our brain, right? We treat the rest of our body on how that can definitely improve as far as like our energy levels, our digestive system, all that. It makes sense. It really, really, really makes sense. So again, even though we're speaking on this, but I'm going to be listening more so and be paying attention because this stuff is very, very important, gut health. And it's kind of interesting. Like if I would have paid attention to it in my 20s, who knows, how far along health wise I can actually be. But this is some great stuff. So I'm glad to be learning from these ladies in the medical field. So rock on.
Queen, you're on mute. But before you
Thank you.
say anything, can I say something?
Please.
For those of you joining us now, we have a YouTube page. We would like you to go like our YouTube page. It's still Peak Wellness Hour. Peak Wellness Hour YouTube page. Facebook takes down the videos. And if you're just joining us, I'll say this. Gattles begin from here. Okay, this is basically what Queen G said. It begins from here
Mm-hmm.
to what we get out, what we excrete. So it
Mm-hmm.
begins from the entrance to the exit. And you know what exit I'm talking about. She called it rectum, but okay, I'm not going to say it. This is where it begins. I thought it was just right here. Okay, so this is people we focus a lot on the heart, which is good, the organs in the body, the heart and other things. But to be honest with you, your gut, they call it the second brain of the body.
Mm-hmm.
And this is so important that we know these things. So share this video. Go on YouTube, like the page, subscribe to the page. This information I wish I knew 10 years ago. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning now because our health depends on it. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
things are going on in our bodies and we ignore it. We are focusing on curing diabetes, curing the heart, curing this. It's because it's gone too far
Mm-hmm.
and we have allowed the body to degenerate.
Mm-hmm.
So we are where we are now. But for those who are healthy, those who have everything going, we can reset and do better and stay healthy longer. So we are talking about your gut health from everything you put inside your mouth all the way to how it gets out. The processes of your body system. You are wonderfully and fearfully made, is what the Bible says. That is true. The body has a way of healing, restoring, recognizing cells going wrong somewhere and sending messages and healing. If only we knew. So
Mm-hmm.
pay attention, invite somebody. Let's get this knowledge so we can be better. Thank you, Queen. Now go on. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, King.
I got a question for both of you ladies. In your professional opinion, and I actually put it in the chat as well. Well, I'm sorry. Well, there it is. What fruits during this summer period that you ladies recommend for anyone that, like I said, that'll be working outdoors or indoors or just in general? What fruits would be ideal that can definitely help benefit as far as with their gut health and just overall, health during the summer to keep them hydrated, keep them energized, keep them calm, whatever the case. What fruits do you ladies recommend? Or is that something obviously is on an individual basis and a person can consult with you on that manner?
First of all, that last question was a great question. We are not doctors, you all. We are not giving medical advice before I answer. So just know that, okay? But good questions. So with it being summer, because I'll give you a few food choices, but I will say that some of them are, you'll think, well, how does that go with summer? I don't want that, like vegetables or whatnot, kale, but smoothies are a big deal. I love making smoothies, putting healthy things in there. Yes, papaya, watermelon. Yes, thank you, Queen. Smoothies are a great way to incorporate all those kind of different things that you may not want to use or eat by themselves in the heat. So, for instance, like she said, papaya, watermelon, they're great. All kinds of fruits are awesome to go with. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, these are antioxidants. Green teas. You can do it. What is it? Arizona. Arizona does that big can of green tea. Now, I'm not knocking Arizona, but I'm not promoting it either because it has healthy properties. Some things that we're putting in our bodies, we really need to check the ingredients and see what else is in those things and how much of what we're actually looking for in that product is really there. So if you have a can of Arizona, I won't knock them. If you have a can of Mississippi, I don't know, green tea, is it maybe 10% or 2% is tea and the rest of it is fructose and corn and all this extra, things that you can't even pronounce or never heard of. So make sure you're watching that. If it says it's healthy, make sure you verify that, because sometimes you might not suppose you do more harm than good when you're trying to do the right thing. Almonds are a really good choice for as far as healthy fats to reduce inflammation, which is a big deal for you out there in the heat. So if you can, snack on those, chia seeds, things like that. Avocados, same thing with inflammation. Avocado toast. I do toast and a jam of my choice. Mix that avocado up and spread it on there and put some fruit on there. Some fresh fruit on the top of that. Delicious. Vegetables are a good choice, such as like cucumbers. I don't think celery really has a lot of nutrients. I think the best thing celery is good for is tuna salad and Bloody Marys. I don't know. So, but hey, go for it. Garlic, leeks, asparagus, those are probiotic foods. Onions, probiotic foods. Doesn't sound like a summer kind of thing, but if you're making a fresh salad, which is refreshing, with a good light dressing, something like a vinaigrette or something, oil and vinegar, where it's not heavy in your stomach. If you're eating for lunch and you're going back outdoors and you're outdoors often, add those things to your salads. Yogurt, plain yogurt, is great for helping those microorganisms in your gut stay healthy. I'm sorry. Sauerkraut does the same thing. I don't know where you put sauerkraut in the heat. I think sausage and potatoes, too hot. So, what else do we have? Let me see. Quinoa. Queen, do you cook with quinoa? I've never used that.
What?
Is it quinoa? Is that what it's called?
Quinoa, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's on the list too. And then it's telling you foods to avoid that may harm the gut health. At the top of the list, sugary drinks. Oh, it's gonna be at the top of the list. The sugar is gonna slow you down. It's gonna give you the sugar high and it's gonna slow you down. You're gonna be bumping all over the place, moving all over the place in the heat. And then once you slow down, now you're fatigued in the heat. Ultra processed snacks. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. I was watching something about a chip. I want to say it was like one of the honey barbecue chips. All kinds of, they use like dust from I don't know what to put these things together. Pringles are not real chips. They put this dust together and like they have these parasites on them. I promise you. I'm gonna find it. I'll put that on there too on the social media pages. Why are we eating this stuff? Excess refined carbohydrates, fast foods, excessive alcohol. Now I know it's the holiday that some of us are celebrating. Let's use wisdom if we are consuming alcohol in the heat. Okay. Even if you're indoors drinking and you wind up hanging out around the cookout, whatever, with the beer, whatever, make sure you're paying attention to that. If you are not producing sweat as you should and you're out here in this heat, you are probably having a heat stroke. That
Mm.
is a sign of heat stroke. If you are excessively sweating where it is just obscene, it's heat exhaustion. So pay attention to those signs. Did I answer that question?
You know what I like to do? You did. You did.
Absolutely.
You know what I like to? I love watermelons. Okay. And for me, I feel like I get the one with the seeds in. I don't know. I don't know about seedless, but because I feel like everything God created has a seed. It was a seed that was used to plant the thing. So I really don't know where some things come from. These days, we got to be careful. Some of these things, there are fishes that are not in the water, in the sea, in the river itself, but man-made kind of thing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little scary for me, if you ask me, but I love to blend, not even make a smoothie, right? Just blend the watermelon, add a little bit of some cucumber, right? Some ginger, a little bit of ginger in to give it a little different kind of taste, and put it in a pitcher and drink it. I'm told that the sugar absorption is faster in your system if you're diabetic. Tell me about that.
You said that one more time.
Like your body easily absorbs the sugar from the watermelon and may not be the best to drink. What do you think?
Watermelon does have a lot of sugar. I say especially with diabetes, hydration is always going to be the key. So whatever you're putting in your body, when you are flushing your system out with water, it balances everything out. You have to think with diabetes, with elevated sugar levels. What's happening is that sugar that we're putting in our bodies is delayed. It's not being processed appropriately. So if you have a bottle of water and you take, I don't know, 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups, and pour it in this water. Could you imagine how it would look as before it actually dissolved? It would be thick. It would be, it would be a different consistency. It's the same thing with your blood. So when you have all this sugar that's not being excreted appropriately, it's just building up in your blood, and your blood is thick now. And because of that, it's not moving through your veins appropriately, and it's slowing everything down. That's where you get the strokes because the oxygen is not in your blood appropriately. That's where you get with the inflammation. Now you're stretching your veins. Now you have varicose veins and all these different things because of that.
Mm.
So, watermelon is a good source. But again, with diabetes, I'll say making sure you excrete whatever you're putting in your body. You can do things in moderation, but that fluid intake is going to be important. Yes, sir, King.
I love the question that Valerie C. Thompson asked. And by the way, appreciate her for coming on as well, because she is very health conscious. And the question she had is, do you ladies recommend not using salad dressing because of the sodium and using more limited olive oil base or dressing along with herbs and spices? That's a good question.
Oh, it is a great question. And I'm
Ooh.
making this face because you all, I love a good vinaigrette. I will find any and everything to put ranch on a salad, on chicken, on a pork, anything I can put ranch on. I love me some ranch. So I've had to get away with that. So yes, it is better to move away from those heavier items, those dressings. A lot of them have dairy in them. Dairy is a big conductor of mucus, which causes inflammation. A lot of people think about inflammation as like swelling, like maybe in your legs or, but A lot of times we don't think that inflammation, when you have sinus issues, it's inflamed. Your nasal passages are inflamed because of mucus.
Hmm.
When you have these dairy products, it builds mucus, and so what's happening is that mucus is trapping infection. See what I'm saying? So even with cancer, obviously this trapping the infection is binding to infection, and it attracts. So with that, I would remove things that only have the sodium, which are a lot of things, but the dairy too. And I've seen people with the olive oil and vinegar. Not so much my thing. Healthier than vinaigrettes, of course. But what you can do is add fruit. I put fruit in my salads all the time. I love blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. I just made a salmon salad, delicious. It had all that. It had sunflower seeds. I do like candy pecans in there. Had cucumbers, tomatoes, throw some apples in there, mandarin oranges. And see, all these things are adding that flavor for you to kind of substitute with the lemon and the olive oil and vinegar. Kind of balances it out for you if you have an issue with adjusting to taste and lack of. We have to remember, maybe Queen, you can speak on this with your expertise, but our foods in Western society are totally different from those elsewhere.
Yeah.
If you go to McDonald's here versus McDonald's in Egypt, Egypt has 3 ingredients in McDonald's fries. It is the potato, the salt, and the oil. McDonald's in the United States has 19 ingredients. I'm not going to name them because I don't know them and it's obscene.
What?
What could you put in a potato to make it fried? 19, I don't know. We can look it up while we're talking.
Wow.
So they pick and choose. Kellogg's was in trouble because they were putting paint and lead in their foods and in their cereals, Fruity Pebbles. The UK said, we're not buying your product anymore because you're poisoning your people. So what they did was decide to take those additives out of the ones they shipped to the UK, but they left them here for us. Now you tell me, that's a whole other discussion, and you tell me how that makes any sense if they're not trying to kill us with food. Go ahead, King.
No, that's very interesting, and I wanted to ask Professor Eda because I was thinking about this in terms of on the international aspect, especially like her coming from Ghana. What is most like as far as like in terms of gut health? What's the seriousness out there as far as for in Ghana, and what fruits or alternatives that people take out there as far as like to improve like their gut health, digestive systems? I'm always curious in regards to that. So, Professor Eda, can you share that?
Ghana is blessed. I would say that. Let me say that straight up. Ghana is blessed. Once again, and before I continue, I haven't lived in Ghana. I haven't lived there. I go there and I come back. I haven't lived there in what, 22, 24 years. But growing up, let me give an example.
Sure.
So over here we do have African markets, right? Where we go shop for our African fruits. So you come home, you prepare it to the best of your ability, you eat it. Now, after living here for about a few years, and I went to Ghana, and the same foods I'm preparing here using my mother's recipe, the mother who taught me to cook, she makes the same thing, and oh boy, it tastes fresh and better because at the time we didn't have the technology. And I'm saying this with loosely, we didn't have the technology. So we are not eating a whole lot of processed foods. The spinach my mother cooked or the cocoyam leaves is from her backyard. She grew them, she go plugs them. Okay, chicken. Chicken is eating fresh. When we're growing up, we slaughtered our own chicken at home.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken soup, fresh chicken in Ghana. Oh my God. And what we eat here is day and night. I'm telling you, we have grapefruit, we have watermelon, we have guavas, we have fresh mangoes, we have a lot of fruits that is grown in our homes.
Mm.
Okay, in our homes where we can go pluck. I ate avocado in the US, and I'm sorry to say this, but I threw up so much. I ate avocado all the time in Ghana, and I was not nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm,
it makes me wonder what's in the soil. I'm not
mm,
saying American foods are bad. I'm just saying what we call organic even is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas ours are coming out of the, I mean, we grow them, we're not adding anything there extra to make it become so. These fruits are huge and some of them are tasteless. Like papaya, for example, and pineapples, the ones I've tasted here are not as sweet, but the sweet organic one, the natural one, are sweet, they are tastier, they're fresher. So yes, we do have a lot of fruits. Some we didn't. I don't remember ever seeing kiwi in Ghana. I saw kiwi here. Um, I've come to love kiwi. A lot of the fruits here, to be honest with you, if I don't blend them and make something out of it, I'm not able to eat it. I'm,
mm.
I'm, and this is not to throw shade on anything. I'm just saying that the different climates. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
some countries were made for these things. We
Right,
grow a lot there naturally. They
right,
grow naturally there.
right.
Whereas I remember my grandma will send us to the farm and to go buy carrots. We go to the farm and he pulls out the carrots, right? Freshly grown, well grown, not anything with all these fertilizers in there. We want things too quickly. You see, the microwave age,
Mm-hmm.
everything needs
Mhm.
to be fast. And unfortunately, everything is becoming what do you call it? Money based.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. So how do we turn this around quickly so we can get more on the market, so we can make more money faster? That is what life is about now. The bottom line is insurance. Let's look at health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I have, if you can look, you all know I had I had my thyroid removed, right?
Right, right.
My insurance company said no because I didn't need it. This goiter, if you look at the old videos, this goiter was big when they did the scan. They were so huge. And insurance company says no, you
Mm-hmm.
don't need it.
Mm,
So that night I said, "Are you my doctor?" They are determining all based on the bottom line. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to take our health into our hands and advocate for ourselves. So that morning when I went to get my surgery done, I was worried that they will say, well, your insurance didn't approve it. They went ahead and did it. I went on my knees and I prayed. I said, Lord, if there's not something you want me to do, then don't let it happen. But if I need it, then Lord, please. And when then they did it, I'm still dealing with insurance to this day.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
mental health.
Interesting.
Meant I've worked in addictions. We've had to send a client home, and this client is almost, let me use the word suicidal, and we had to send him home because insurance is not willing to pay. We had to call the police department to do a check in on this person. So we need to advocate and we need to take care of ourselves. What are you buying? What are you, even the fruits, they're telling you, you have to look at the barcode on it. A certain barcode will tell you that this fruit is not, is GMO, it's genetically modified. Okay,
Mm,
so now we have to go be careful and look for the ones that are not modified genetically. These things have been touched and impacted, and how is it affecting our health?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm,
so we need to be careful. We need to start advocate. No wonder sickness. We have healthcare industry that is managing diseases, not healing
Mm-hmm.
it.
right, right. Unfortunately, yeah.
Right? And
Yeah,
unfortunately, the
unfortunately.
world has become a the reason I had to add, I haven't lived in Ghana in those years, is it's becoming a global village. food and products are crossing borders easier now. So I don't know what is going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Right, I don't know what is going on there, but we need to be careful. Just like United States has foods that the US refuses. Some foods that are really not healthy are being shipped to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That will
I've heard,
not
yeah.
come to the US, will not go into the Western world, but it's being shipped to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So yes, food was tastier. I think it's still tastier for when I go. I'm very particular. I make sure I get what I need. Going out and getting coconuts,
Mm-hmm.
just getting those coconuts when I'm in Ghana at this time of the year. Oh my God. Every day I drink about three, and they're on the street, they cut it, you drink it out, and the fresh taste. I can never, ever
Mm.
try the coconuts in the can. Never. I tasted it and I'm almost, no, it's not
Mm.
coconut water for me because it's been, what? They're preserving it, the preservatives they're putting in these things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
if you don't know that, when you go to the hospital and they give you hydration, the whatever the drip they put on you, it's made to mimic coconut water. So why don't you just drink coconut water
Mm-hmm.
if you can get the authentic one?
Interesting.
Why don't you drink in this season? Get it. Some of the stores have actual coconuts. I pray it's not GMO once again, but it's the original one. If you can get it and drink it. So coconut water, eat the fruit. Some people put a little bit of lime juice in the lemon, squeeze a bit lemon. And when
I
we're
do that.
talking about
I do that.
dressing,
I do
yes,
that.
it's
I do
really
that. Yep.
good. When we're talking about dressing, I saw a woman make a salad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the dressing, she took a little bit of natural, once again, not the fake ones that they put sugar in it, the natural honey, right? And squeezed into it fresh orange,
Ooh.
fresh orange, and
Interesting.
stirred it up and put it on her salad.
Ooh.
So we can get
Mm.
creative
Mm-hmm.
with our foods. Let's be creative. I know we are busy, but if we don't take care of ourselves, our health, the very things we're eating will slow us down, and everything we were fighting for and running around for will be of no consequence anymore. Thank you.
Mm.
Absolutely. I want
Yes.
to respond and thank you, Queen Valerie, for your input and your insight.
Yes, yes,
And just
indeed.
thank you all for engaging. I wanted to make sure we touched on some of the things that she was saying in the chat. There was maybe two or three of them that I didn't want to ignore.
Would love to have her being a guest. She's very health
She can
conscious. Very
probably,
health
you know what?
conscious.
We're not. What time? We're not going to be done with this today. So if she is, Queen, you are more than welcome to join us next week because there will be a part two. Because clearly we are not going to get through all this because this is a great conversation. There was something you said. She said something.
It's important that we listen from within to determine what foods we need to eat to heal ourselves.
That's what it was. We have
Yes.
to think too that there was a time where we ate for purpose, to stay healthy, to sustain.
Mhm.
I can't speak for nobody else. And I see other people. I know what's happening. I'm not judging. I will never body shame. We are eating for fun. I'll be eating for fun sometimes. And like King said, it's catching up with me in this belly gut. I'm like, and it's hard to get, it's kind of tricky to get rid of it. I eat for fun. If I find, I might have leftovers and I'm very frugal. So I'm like, well, let me eat this before it's gone. Let me eat this just for fun.
Mhm.
We have to realize that when we're putting things in our body, we don't require 3 meals a day. You know, you can go a whole day without eating. You're not going to die, but you can't go without water for
Cool.
a few days. But food, you can go a whole month without eating food and not dying from it. You might wish you would because you're starving. Your body has to adjust. So we don't allow our body to do what it's supposed to do. We don't want the change and the growth because we don't want the growing pains with it.
Queen, I don't mean to cut you. It takes just
Mm-hmm.
about sometimes 3 days and your body begins to adjust. The first 3 days is
Mm-hmm.
the difficult because I've gone on long fast. The first three
Mm-hmm.
days is the difficult one. But once your body begins to adjust, and interestingly, The clarity you get, it affects your mental health. The clarity you get, the way you feel better. It always amazes me how I feel good when I haven't eaten for 3 days. Tells
Mm-hmm.
you.
Hmm, hmm.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I hear people say that. Thank you, Queen. As are you. Thank you so much. When Queen Valerie said, and I liked how she put this.
Valerie, we love you.
Yes, I've stopped eating animals altogether. Doesn't that sound different than I stopped eating meat? Anybody have dogs or cats or gerbils or whatever you got that you're taking care of? Anybody have animals for pets? When you say it like that, it kind of sounds a little different. I don't eat meat.
Valerie,
I
Valerie,
stopped
you
eating
need to come
animals.
on live here. You need to come live here. We need to talk.
Yes.
We need to
Yes.
talk to you. Now we are all, I am being challenged by what you just said. I am being challenged. You need to come on here. We need to talk to you. Valerie, we need you here.
We do. Oh, what to
We do
do?
not, we need 3 meals. We
Yeah,
do.
this is a great topic. I'm learning a lot. I'm definitely learning a lot. But I did have a question. Maybe you guys can okay, so probiotics, because I know like I think it was one point in time it was like a huge what's the word I'm looking for? It was like a huge thing talking about probiotics and gut health, and it was mixing the two. And I know it's like every time I go in stores, they always have like supplements and different things with probiotics and probiotics and gut health, probiotics and gut health. Can you explain to the listener audience, or for those that may not know what the heck you're talking about? Can you explain the importance of probiotics and gut health? Can you kind of break that down for those that may not be health savvy, I guess, if you will? I don't know how to
Yeah,
explain it, but
absolutely. So probiotics, and again, make sure you're looking at what you are getting when you get what you get. I shop with a online wellness club, all natural products called Melaleuca. Great all natural products. But anyways, a little side note, they're live microorganisms. So just like we talked about earlier, the microorganisms, the 100 trillion microorganisms in your guts, they're live microorganisms. So you have good gut health, you have good bacteria, and you have bad bacteria. And a lot of times when we're not eating correctly, that good bacteria is overtaken by the bad bacteria. And that's where you get infection and illness and, the fatigue and the hormonal imbalances because it's imbalance. So basically, probiotics are live microorganisms, and it's something you would take on a daily basis to regulate your gut health and just kind of help manage what your body's supposed to do anyways had you been eating right consistently. In short. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you know you're not eating right, it's best you get the correct probiotics.
If you're not
Uh,
eating right, it's best that you eat right and then get the probiotics.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, yes. Eat it right. Get it
Well, there
right.
you go.
Get it right. But in case you're not, and you
Mm-hmm.
can start from there and then
Mm-hmm.
get to the point where you begin to be what
Mm-hmm.
wiser with your choice. Queen, let
Mm-hmm.
me ask you. I always thought that probiotics are best taken at night. Can you please correct me if I'm wrong?
Um, I don't think it would be a bad idea because I know I take mine. Take them on an empty stomach first of all. I take mine on an empty stomach. And actually mine has a detox in it too, so that's why I do it too. But um, I do it because when you do a detox with it, it strips your body. The detox strips your body of anything harmful. So I like to take them at night. I get up in the middle of the night because I don't want to interrupt anything else I put in my body, and I want my body to have time to rest. So if I get up in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom, I know to go ahead and take that probiotic. And again, with mine is a detox because your body's at rest. So I guess with this one, I would say do it at bedtime and not in the middle of the night. Maybe now that I'm thinking about it, thank you for the space to critically think with you all, even as a nurse. But I'm sorry if I'm missing these comments. Give me just a second. But it's when you're sleeping, you're fasting, right? So your
Yeah.
Mhm.
body's not doing all this extra. It's not busy keeping up with you being busy. So it gives your body time to process that and put that in place. So yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. Absolutely. And
Hmm.
I will say this with the probiotics, it's not just for people that are not eating healthy. It's for everybody. It's to be able to really maintain um, that community of microorganisms. Excuse me, because the probiotics going to reduce occasional bloating. It's going to improve regular bowel movements in some people. And I know I'm a nurse, so I do talk about bowel movements, and it's not a big deal to me. So I apologize if you are offended. It supports recovery from diarrhea. So if you've been nauseous, vomiting, diarrhea because you've been sick, it replenishes all that for you. And it helps with irritable bowel syndrome. So someone that might have constant bloating, constant gas, excessive gas, it means that your body's not breaking down food appropriately. That's what that means. History of bowel obstructions. What's the other one? Crohn's disease, where
Mm.
your that's meant,
Mm.
probiotic is a great choice. It is a great
Mm.
choice.
Does it
Absolutely.
help with inflammation?
Once more,
Does it help with inflammation?
yes,
Inflammation.
yes, absolutely,
I still hear
absolutely,
I look frozen.
Hmm.
absolutely. So yes, check that out, and I'll put this on social media too. The link that I have for what I use, if that's something you all want to look into. So yes, yes, yes.
Interesting.
Am
And
I
then
still here or am I frozen?
no, you're here.
No, no, you're fine.
My screen looks frozen, so well.
Nope,
As
you're
long as
here.
I'm here.
Yeah. There was some else I
See?
wanted to say. Oh, I want to answer Valerie's question. I'm so sorry. I did want to ask. I know we're almost out of time, you all, and Valerie's going to hang out with us next week, and we're gonna all get together. I'm excited. I can't wait to meet this queen. She asked a question. Oh, okay, about fruits and vegetables. Okay, yeah. What fruits are low in sugar and what fruits are high in sugar? And
That's
yeah,
a
you
good
need to
question.
pay attention to that. It is a great question. I liked it. I'm going to give you an answer. So it was in moderation. I'll just run through this and I will put this up where you all can see it because it is a lot of information. The lowest sugar fruits: avocado, lemon,
Hmm.
lime, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, papaya, which Queen mentioned earlier, Queen Valerie, cantaloupe. And look at us learning together and look at me learning right now because we just talked about this one. The lowest is actually watermelon is on there in that low group. So to answer the question before and to revisit that and correct that with diabetes, go for it. In moderation, of course. Now you've got moderate sugar fruits. Those are your peaches, oranges, apples. Queen Edith just mentioned kiwi fruit is moderate. Pineapple, which I absolutely love, moderate. You got blueberries and apricots.
I got a
But
question.
go ahead.
Okay, I think you touched this, and by the way, this is great information. Thank you so much. I
Absolutely.
think you spoke about smoothies earlier. I think
Mm-hmm.
so. Because I love smoothies as well, but I like it to where I can add like protein in it and just a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of like energy for the concentration and focus.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any fruits that I can combine on my own, right? Say, for instance, if I wanted to make my smoothie at home versus going to Smoothie King, is there anything that I can add and with the right type of fruits to be able to get those effects that I'm looking for, such as like energy, vitality, to have hydration, and just feel good overall, and not have to put any other type of you know, nonsense in there to try to get those effects.
That is a good question. I would think that any fruit that was high in antioxidants would be great because it's helping remove toxins from your body, to
Hmm.
help with that brain fog, that fatigue.
Hmm.
That's going to be super important. I'm trying to that'd be like your lemons, raspberries. Let's see.
lemons, raspberries. I'm writing this down too at the same
I'm
time.
gonna put it
Okay.
on. I'm gonna put it up for you all because these are good. I don't want to miss anybody's questions. These are good questions. And
Strawberries,
yeah.
you think?
So, um,
Strawberries?
strawberries. What do we got for strawberries? Let's see. Didn't mention strawberries. That's more vitamin C, so it's dealing with your immune system.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with any of them because what I mean, if you're looking for something high in fiber, like raspberries, it's helping to eliminate waste and getting all that structured out, which is removing toxins. So I don't think you can really go wrong with fruit as far as with that. And the big thing about it is, we just touched on that when eating the animals. Queen Edith has talked about fasting. I fasted for 3 days. I know when I'm fasting for church, it's like she said, those first 3 days are horrible. But what happens when you do it for 3 days and then you go back to eating what you normally eat? You feel
Mm-hmm.
like crap.
Mm-hmm.
All those animals, all those carcasses in your body you created. I mean, think about it. We actually create a tomb in our gut when we put dead
Ah,
carcass in our body. I'd say for me because I got to stop eating this meat and I love it.
ouch.
We're creating a grave site of dead carcass when we're eating this meat. So
Oh,
it's it. Like how is it help? How is it healing? Don't you feel heavy?
oh Lord.
No, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh
Sorry.
Lord.
Welcome to the Peak Wellness Hour.
Okay. Okay.
I love
Okay.
chicken.
I do. I love it. I don't think I could. I won't say never, but I have a hard time even imagining giving up seafood. But is it really healthy? Is that what we really need to be doing? So just being mindful of those things are so important. So yeah, try to eliminate a lot of that meat. And again, do it in moderation if you can. You don't need meat for every meal, and you
That's
don't
true.
need processed meat. You don't need, if you don't know where it came from, do you really want to eat it? The labels say, they tell you when it's a food product. What is a food product? This food has food product in it, fish product, chicken product. What does that mean?
I
Oh,
know,
Mm-hmm.
right?
what it means is like, let me give you an example. Imitation crab. Okay, it'll say
I
like
hate it.
crab product. They take the scraps when they fish the scraps when they're cleaning stuff off to sell at high end prices in restaurants. They take the scraps and they mix it up with stuff, additives, paste. Y'all like paste? Last time y'all ate glue. They
Queen.
say children eat glue. I'm telling you what's happening. So they're telling you it's imitation of what? They're
Mm-hmm.
putting stuff together and gluing it together to feed it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Eat for necessity. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to gross you all out. And I don't want, we love food, but we have to think wiser. I like hospital food. I'm sure y'all don't. My husband and I love hospital food. I don't know why, but maybe because he's had so many surgeries, that's where we eat. But you're eating something that's gonna kill you, and this is where you are. Why not just not eat when you don't have to?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you'll feel so much better. You won't feel drained. You won't have that brain fog.
Damn, Valerie. Valerie, why would you?
Somebody told me that. My patient told me. I was like, please stop.
Damn, Valerie.
It's true.
That's funny. That's
It's
funny.
true. Oh my
That's
gosh. Every
funny.
time I see a lobster now, I'm like, just go ahead and give me the tail. Come on.
That's funny.
Damn, Valerie. Damn, girl.
That's
Don't
funny.
do that.
For
Don't
real. You all see that.
Oh, mercy. I'm
That's
about
funny.
to lose weight because now I'm not going to eat at all.
Yes, I think Valerie's about to change all our lives today.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
She
no,
was
no, no,
please
Oh
be
no,
here
my
don't
next
God.
week
do
when she's gonna change
that.
all our lives. Oh,
Don't
Oh
do
man.
that.
That's funny.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, think about when you're what you're eating, it's gonna cost you. So do you want to pay to eat healthy? Do you want to pay to eat this junk food, or do you want to pay to stay in the hospital because your arteries are clogged up because of things you eat? So you got to pay a price for. So it's worth it to pay to be healthy, and it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Train your taste buds, your mouth, and we're going to tell us next week and get into this. But train your mouth to try something different. If you can't get away from salt, get away from table salt. Try sea salt, Himalayan salt. Again, make sure you know where they come from. Table salt, 1 part salt, 1 part sand, 1 part glass. Keep eating it if you want to.
What?
1 part salt, 1 part sand, 1 part glass. If you have little shards of glass cutting into your digestive system, giving openings for infection.
Interesting.
Something to think about. This is so unfortunate. I didn't just talk
Very
about this all
interesting.
day.
Really, we took gut health and we ended up with talking about foods. Wow, that's a lot. And I think that we need to go deeper into gut health. But food,
Mhm,
like we said, it begins from here. And now
mhm,
we have actually started from here.
mhm,
We
mhm.
This
talked
is
a little
good.
bit about how it's processed in here, but I'm sure that we'll get more. I wish on top of Valerie, you will have another nurse. That way, maybe we'll get more information because Queen G, this and Valerie, I love you, but damn girl, why are you doing this to me? But this is so real,
It
right?
is.
It is so
That's
real. We
real.
don't
That's
want to
real.
know.
That's real.
We really don't want to know. And
Yeah.
that is the truth.
Yeah.
We don't want to know, so we can go on and enjoy
Mhm,
our food. Where I come from in Ghana, we have something we say in pidgin English. We say all die be die, right? All die be die. Someone is doing this, another person is putting sugar, another person, well, we will all die. It doesn't matter how we die, all die be die. But really, whilst you live, you can live a full life healthier. Because sometimes it's not going to take you in this instant. Sometimes you're going
That's
to
true.
lay in bed, can't walk, be miserable, be twisted, be turned, be tossed. Trust me, this is the work I do.
mhm.
One of my many work, one of the
One of the many.
many. So it's really terrible that you will lay there for years
Mhm,
when you could have actually lived. That's not living.
mhm.
When you could have actually lived. So this is a lesson for all of us. I don't
Hmm.
say her name again, but ooh, sea roaches, roaches from the water, man. But yeah, I mean,
Man,
I
you'll
can't.
never look at it the same way. You'll never look at it the same way again.
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
When you go on a Red Lobster and you see them things in that tank,
Yep. Yep.
lobster
Yep.
tail, please.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Especially with the shrimp now, because I love shrimp too. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Ah,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Yeah, that's gonna
Same
be
thing
tough.
though. Same thing. Low antennas. Have you ever seen the shrimp head? Have you ever seen a real shrimp? They
Queen,
look like baby. I
don't.
know. I won't do it, yo. I
Queen,
won't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Queen, I
It's
don't
hard.
want to know. Let me go on and enjoy lunch or dinner
I
or
know.
whatever.
Like
It's
she said,
4th
just
of
pray over
July
your food.
weekend.
That's it.
The grill is grizzling in places. Don't do
Like
that.
she said, just pray over your food.
Our
Just pray
food is
over it
not
and eat. I'm gonna
ready.
pray over them shrimp. I'm gonna pray
Absolutely.
all over them shrimp.
Our food
Absolutely.
has
Amen
really
to that.
not
Amen
ready.
to that. I'm with you. I'm second that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I ain't ready to let that go yet.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
So give us a minute, Valerie. Give us a minute,
Yeah.
Queen. Let's
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what though?
Unfortunately, it
This
is
is
the
the truth
truth.
though. We're joking, but this is reality. We're joking about it, but we're telling you truth. We're giving you knowledge. Queen in the chat's giving you knowledge. And so now we're telling you that this is my truth. This is where I am. I can't stop doing this thing. So we're not knocking anybody. We know it's a
Yeah.
struggle. We just have to make the best decisions we can and just one step at a time. Today, can I not eat this thing? Today, can I try something different? Today can I think that I deserve to be healthy, and start there. So don't make it a big lifestyle change where after this, you just don't eat nothing anymore. You just don't eat meat. Do it in moderation. And when you're doing it, just watch the change. Try not eating meat for a day. You can eat everything else. If you don't want to completely fast on water, try eating fruits and vegetables and watch, the sugar and take all that and see how you feel just a little bit at a time, and see in 3 days if you don't wake up not feeling groggy, if you're not dozing off at 7 o'clock because you put all this processed lunch meat into your body because that's all you had time to eat from Subway, and you'll be like, you know what? Now I can think clear. Now I don't lose my keys every morning because I didn't ate a late meal at night. That you feel better, you think better, you look better, your skin looks better, hair looks better. So try it. Just try it. One day, just one day. It's not today because everybody's gonna cook out. I get it, but pick a day and try it. Try it.
Yeah. Plus, also too, when you do it in moderation like that, I believe psychologically, it doesn't put like a major shock to the system. So subconsciously, if you're trying to create new habits, when you're creating those neurons in your brain, if you do it moderately, your brain can accept that. And subconsciously it can accept, as opposed if you try to do like just a major just shift, right? And change, like, oh, okay, well, not gonna eat meat no more, and that's it. Some people can, but most people, and I learned from my own experience, if I do it in moderation, I'm able to gradually get off it, right? And gradually and naturally, subconsciously, my brain starts to accept that and my body starts to accept that as well. That's why, too, just to put this illustration in terms of smoking, right? If you're dealing with someone and they're trying to stop smoking, you're happy to say, well, just quit cold turkey completely and just let it go completely. Pray about it just completely. That does work for some people, but for most, you got to think about it in terms of subconsciously. And because our mind and body works in one tandem, it doesn't work for most people, right? Because now it's like a major resistance, a major shock, a major shock. So you got to be mindful about that, right? Depends on that person. But if you do it in moderation, you give your brain an opportunity to start accepting that idea. Okay, so we used to smoke a pack, just using smoking as an example. We used to smoke a pack. Now I'm seeing that we're doing like a half a pack now. Oh, okay. Well, we're doing a half a pack. We're still smoking, but a half a pack, okay, I can kind of accept that. And then obviously you would lower that down to like maybe 6 or 7 to the point where you have nothing. So it's the same way with this. Everything I believe has to be in a moderation. If you want to go ahead and change that habit to not eating animals no more, or shrimp, whatever the case, it's best to do it in moderation. In terms, just like you mentioned, fasting, and then over the course of time, your brain and your body will accept that, right, and understand this is our new way of living, right? And I think the resistance will be very less than as opposed to doing the way in which I mentioned, just doing it cold turkey. For some people, it works. Most it doesn't. So it just depends on the individual and the situation. So I just wanted to add that in from
I
a
love
cognitive standpoint.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So
Oh, you guys, we're out of time. We're out of time. I'll tell you what, we appreciate you all hanging out with us. We were late. We went over, but you all showed up and we even got some new faces. So thank you all for hanging out with us. I've enjoyed this and we're gonna continue it. It's so much to talk about. What Queen said, we might do a few episodes. Yeah, I think so.
I
Because
think
it's
so
just
too.
such a good topic. And it's we're here to empower and support and just change your life for the good as well as ours. So I'm very excited. You all got to stay tuned for this. We're going to let Queen Edith take us out. But I do want to tell you, you all, two things real quick. I promise we're going to get out here. I promise. Now I sound like the pastor, right? Probably give me 2 more minutes and we almost done. Hold on, I'm gonna collect I got a collection plate coming around, y'all. Hold on now, hold on. Two things. Please donate, share, like, subscribe. in the top of the comment section, if you are on the Peak Wellness Hour page on YouTube and Facebook, we want to get you all to go to YouTube. In the comment section at the top, I have the website. The website is up and looking better. I played with it over the weekend. I've got to add. I'm adding our co-host to that, and so I got to get your bio. I think I got your bio, King. Maybe I don't, but anybody that's co-hosting, it doesn't have to be regular. We're gonna have Queen Valerie on. I'm excited. We've got Queen Gloria Carter on, so we're gonna have these people on our website where you can link up with them. So if you are in the comment section and you have something going on that you want to share with us, if you have a business or whatnot, a venture, put your contact information in the comment section because we're here to grow with you all. So that's a part of that. On there, I've got a couple things where, what do I have on there? About the host kind of things. I've got some things rolling out. So if you can't find us, I know some people text me or call and say, send me the link. Go to peakwellnesshour.com, and it's peakwellnesshour.com, not the. I didn't want to make it more difficult for you all, but go there and you can click on watch live to catch these videos if you can't find us, and it'll take you to the Peak Wellness Hour page on YouTube, and you can watch all the old recent videos as well. So please do that. Please subscribe. We're going to have some different. We got to have the book club coming up, so I'm going to add that upcoming events are on there. Nothing's really on there right now, but just go ahead and subscribe that so you can be notified. We're not going to be sending out a bunch of stuff all the time. If it's pertinent, we'll send it out. We're going to do the blog, and we would love for you all to write and submit to the blog if you like. I'd love to hear Professor and King's input on different topics if they want to do that. So you're going to be able to see all that. I am going to put what we're talking about here today in a blog post on that page this weekend. Okay. So all the questions if I didn't get to some questions in the chat, we tried to, I'll put that information on there. What we've talked about, we will give resources for you all so that you can look back on that, recipes, and we spewed off a lot. So we want you all to have that. We don't want it where you have to go to all these different social media sites. If you go to our website, what you need is going to be on there. And I can guarantee it'll be on there before it'll be on Facebook or YouTube, because that's where we want everybody to go. Everybody doesn't play with social media like that. Thanks for doing it on Saturdays with us. But yeah, last thing, I also added on there the Gaia links. So every Friday, I will put up the Gaia link, that video that ties in with the topic that we're talking about for the week, and you have all weekend to watch it for free. So that's going to be on there too. This week, I'm going to show you with you guys. I promise I'm almost done. I promise. I'll show you the preview so you can see what they're talking about. Great information. You have 3 days to watch it. And so hopefully you all take advantage of that. If you cannot get to it in those 3 days where you can watch it for free, just reach out to us on the Peak Wellness Hour website and send us a note, and we'll get that taken care of for you. Let's watch this video. I promise I'm not going to say anything else after that. And we'll let Queen Eve take us out. So here is this really quickly. And we'll be done. Preview.
I got it.
Here in the Western world, studies are showing even after one course of antibiotics, we are losing and depleting such a great amount of our microbiome. We literally can lose 1/3 or 2/3 of our whole microbiome with even one course of antibiotics, and it never reverts back for some people. And then microbiome studies are showing in Amish, people in U.S. who have more of a rural background. They live with their animals. They're very close with their animals, and they don't have antibiotics or healthcare. And centenarians, people who live to over 100, the blue zone areas. I'm sure you and your audience are really familiar with them through National Geographic.
Okay, hold on. Look at this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I was trying to make this bigger for you all. Let's try this again. I'm so sorry. I promise I'm almost done. Oh, so sorry.
Microbiome studies are showing in Amish people in U.S. who have more of a rural background. They live with their animals. They're very close with their animals, and they don't have antibiotics or healthcare. And centenarians, people who live to over 100, the blue zone areas. I'm sure you and your audience are really familiar with them through National Geographic. Many of them can eat anything they want, gluten, dairy, anything. They live healthy, long lives to over 100 with chronic, disease-free, cancer-free lives. And they have literally no antibiotics. When they look at their microbiome, they're fully intact. Same with hunter-gatherers all over Africa, Malawi, rainforest. Their microbiome is very diverse. And they have species that we don't see anymore that are extinct, literally extinct in the wild. And it's so fascinating to compare these these individuals and groups and see how healthy they are. And some of these individuals smoke, right? They're even overweight a little bit. No big deal. They're super healthy. They don't have diabetes. They don't have any chronic afflictions like we do. So the way I look at the microbiome, it's kind of like a wealth portfolio. Here in the Western world, we're bankrupt in terms of our microbiome. And then yet these cultures have little health care, probably very high infant mortality and maternal mom mortality, through childbirth. But on the other side, they're very healthy, and have a disease-free life. They're very happy, generally speaking, and feel whole. And they have great diversity, lots of assets in their gut microbiome and little liabilities.
All right, so there you have it. That is, I think this is maybe like a 45-minute video, so you can watch it for free. It's it's in the top of the chat on the Peak Wellness Hour page, or on this broadcast, and it's also on the webpage peakwellnesshour.com. So make sure you all check that out. Grand Rising, Queen Aunt. So glad to see you here, Queen Gloria Carter in the house in the digital building. So yeah, you all make sure you check that out. You can watch all weekend. Again, if you cannot get access to if you're not able to watch this weekend and you need some more time, just reach out to us. Go to the peakwellnesshour.com and just send us a message under contact us. And that's all I have. Sorry for taking so long. Queen.
Kings, queens, friends, family. Our health is our wealth. Period. Our health is our wealth. I care what I put in my car. I'm not going to put any kind of fluids in any parts of my car. If I want the car to function well, we make sure we take it to the right place for it to be serviced as it needs to. We all do that, right? I had a friend once tell me, Edith, my stomach is not a garbage can where you throw anything in there. So how are you treating your body? What are you putting in your mouth? Scientists are telling us that our gut health is the second brain of the body. So what you feed your gut or your body determine how well that brain functions to ensure that you are protected against diseases and health hazards, so to speak. Today we started talking about gut health, and we started where we need to start. We've introduced what gut health is. We focused on where it begins, what we put in our mouth. We've heard a lot of things. Some of it is almost gross, but truth. We are all challenged. The fact that Edith and Queen G and Kane are talking about it doesn't mean they have a perfect lifestyle. It means that we are creating awareness for ourselves and for everyone around us. So, what are we going to do with this information? Take it, learn, slowly wean ourselves of the things that are hurting us. Every day, each of us is getting older, but it's each of us getting wiser every day in our choices, which includes what we are putting in our mouth, which affects everything, including our mental clarity. Be mindful, be be knowledgeable, choose wisely. This conversation has not ended. Next week, I know Miss Valerie will be here. So, Miss Valerie, please let us know how we can contact you. You can send either Queen G or myself your contact number. Ideally, send Queen G, but it's okay to send it to me as well.
Hold
Your
on, hold on. I'm sorry, Queen. No, this is another amazing person connected with Sean A. White. This is Sean's people. So shout out to Sean for knowing amazing people, and shout out to you, Queen, for being amazing and knowing an amazing king. Yeah, this is his connect. So love it,
okay.
love it.
So
He always comes through.
definitely with her permission, Sean can reach out because really next weekend I will be in a prayer conference in Philadelphia.
Okay.
The flyers just came out. I just shared it with you. I've been prayer conference, so I know Queen G will need someone to help her have this conversation. I hate that I'm gonna miss it, but I will watch once I get back.
You see,
Please.
Miss Mother sending me a for me, you all. My mother's sending me a babysitter so I can do the right thing next Saturday and show up when she's not here. Thank you, Queen.
I am not sending you a
I know.
baby.
I know.
I just want you to have
Oh
diverse
no.
information. Don't do that. Valerie,
I
don't
know.
mind that you are not the babysitter. Okay, Queen
I know.
Gloria, it's good to see you. Today I think I miss Queen Kathy because she is the gardener and she knows more about some of these fruits and vegetables and healthy, plants and stuff. But we have a wealth of people who can help us, but we have started the second half of the year. The first half is gone. What did you hope to achieve that you haven't? What are you planning for? Can you tackle the next 90 days as if there were no tomorrow? Do the best, give it your best, and give it your all. Okay? And finally, I say this. You can take 3 days out of the week that when you wake up in the morning, you don't eat anything till maybe 12 noon. So, in addition to the 8 hours of the night or 10 hours of night or whatever night you have that you didn't eat, when you add the first 6 hours of the day, you'd have given your body something to work with. Drink lots of fluids, ideally water. Ideally, water. Drink a lot of water during that time and let your body rest. Listen, all we have is ourselves and our health. Let's take care of it. It's a gift from above. God bless you and have yourselves an amazing week. It has been the peak wellness hour where your total wellness matters. Thank you.
Till next time, peace, love, and blessings.